Hollywood is a dream wrapped in light and shadow. Behind every red carpet smile and shimmering spotlight lies a truth few ever speak of. That fame, for all its glory, can come at an unbearable cost. For some stars, the climb to success ends not with applause, but with a quiet exit. These are the actors who walked away from Hollywood, leaving behind the noise to rediscover life beyond the screen. In the late 1980s, Rick Moranis was the heart of family comedy. With hits like Ghostbusters, Spaceballs, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, he became a household name, beloved for his gentle humor and warmth. But when tragedy struck, the loss of his wife, Moranis made a choice that stunned Hollywood. He stepped away to raise his children, turning down projects that would have kept him in the spotlight. What began as a short break became an indefinite retreat. Years later, he confessed he didn't miss the chaos of Hollywood. Living quietly in Canada, Moranis returned only recently, lending his voice to animated films and preparing for a new Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot. His story isn't one of loss, but of love, a reminder that sometimes the bravest career move is stepping aside. For Randy Quaid, fame took a darker turn. A respected actor known for The Last Detail, Midnight Express, and Independence Day, Quaid once held Hollywood's admiration. But over time, his life spiraled into confusion and controversy. Legal battles, strange claims, and a flight to Canada with his wife, Evie, made headlines for all the wrong reasons. The man who once made audiences laugh became a mystery wrapped in scandal. Today, Quaid lives reclusively, posting erratic videos online, his immense talent overshadowed by turmoil, a haunting portrait of how quickly fame can fracture. Renee Zellweger, meanwhile, stepped away for reasons of the heart. After her Oscar-winning performance in Cold Mountain and box office hits like Bridget Jones's Diary and Chicago, she was at the top of her game. But in 2010, she quietly disappeared. No scandal, no meltdown, just absence. She later explained that she needed time to rediscover herself, to find her voice beyond the expectations of fame. When she returned with Judy in 2019, her transformation was breathtaking. The performance earned her another Academy Award and the admiration of a world that realized some comebacks aren't about success, they're about rediscovery. Few departures were as shocking as Jack Gleeson's. As King Joffrey Baratheon on Game of Thrones, he delivered one of television's most chilling performances, so believable that fans struggled to separate him from his character's cruelty. But when the cameras stopped, Gleeson made a surprising decision to retire. At just 21, he left acting to study philosophy and theology in Dublin, seeking a life far removed from the pressures of global fame. Years later, he returned quietly, performing in small stage projects and select TV roles. He may no longer sit on a throne, but Gleeson found something greater than power, peace. Kirk Cameron's story is one of transformation. A teen idol on Growing Pains, he was the smiling face of late 80s television. But fame brought him to a crossroads. Choosing faith over celebrity, Cameron stepped away from mainstream Hollywood, devoting himself to Christian cinema and family-centered storytelling. Films like Fireproof and Lifemark became his new mission fields. To some, he's a controversial figure, to others, an inspiration. But Cameron remains true to his beliefs, proving that conviction can outlast popularity. Amanda Bynes grew up in front of millions. From The Amanda Show to She's the Man and Hairspray, she was one of the brightest young stars of the 2000s. But fame at a young age often burns fast. By 2010, Bynes abruptly announced her retirement from acting. What followed were years of public struggles, legal troubles, and mental health battles that pushed her out of the spotlight entirely. Today, she's rebuilding her life, studying fashion, focusing on recovery, and exploring creativity in new ways. Her journey is a reminder that sometimes survival itself is the greatest comeback of all. When Daniel Day-Lewis retired, Hollywood lost one of its greatest craftsmen. Known for his method acting and transformative performances in My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln, Day-Lewis immersed himself so completely in his roles that each film felt like an event. After Phantom Thread in 2017, he announced he was done. No explanation, no farewell, just silence. Now living quietly in Ireland, he devotes himself to woodworking and tailoring, crafts he once studied for roles. The man who became his characters now simply becomes himself, content to let the work speak forever. For Michael J. Fox, leaving Hollywood wasn't a choice, but a necessity. After Back to the Future, he was one of the most beloved faces in the world. But when Parkinson's disease struck at just 29, Fox's world changed. He kept acting for years, never losing his charm or humor, until memory lapses made it impossible to continue. In 2020, he retired, turning his focus to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which has raised over $2 billion for Parkinson's research. In his courage, the world found inspiration far greater than any film role could give. And finally, Karyn Parsons, the unforgettable Hilary Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She could have chased fame, but chose purpose instead. Founding the nonprofit Sweet Blackberry, Parsons turned her creativity toward sharing untold stories of Black history through animation and books. Her work has touched classrooms and hearts across America, earning praise from Oprah Winfrey herself. Though she no longer appears on screen, Parsons found a way to keep storytelling alive, not for fame, but for the next generation. Each of these stars followed a different path, yet their stories converge on a single truth: that fame is fleeting, but fulfillment is timeless. They remind us that there's courage in stepping away, that success isn't always measured in red carpets or box office numbers, but in peace, purpose, and authenticity. Hollywood celebrates those who rise. But perhaps we should also honor those who chose to step down, not out of weakness, but wisdom. Because sometimes, the most powerful performance isn't in front of the camera. It's in the quiet act of reclaiming your life. So which of these stories speaks to you most? Would you ever trade fame for peace or fortune for freedom? Tell us your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this journey through Hollywood's hidden exits, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from the world behind the spotlight.